Today we're going to be making some homemade crock pot potato soup. So I've pretty much been eating leftovers since I had my knee replacement surgery a couple weeks ago. So it's kind of a cold day and I decided that I'm going to have the crock pot do the work for me so I can have a really nice, hearty dinner tonight. And I'm going to cheat a little bit, but it's going to come out really good. Now this is a really easy way to make potato soup if you don't feel like peeling potatoes and all that kind of stuff. All I'm gonna do, I've got about a half of a package of hash brown potatoes, and all I'm gonna do is throw those into my crock pot. Now if you have cubed potatoes or something like that, use whatever you have, even tater tots will work. So I'm just gonna put this right into the crock pot. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just add some cream of chicken soup. Now you can use cream of mushroom if you have that, but this is what I'm gonna be using today. And all I'm gonna do is add this to my hash browns. Now, I'm not gonna use any salt, because this is going to have plenty of salt in it. And then I'm going to be adding some of my home canned turkey broth. I'm just going to pour that right over this. And that's all I'm going to do. Pretty simple. I'm not going to add any pepper or any seasonings at this point. I want to see how this comes out after it's cooked a while. Now these were frozen. They've been in my freezer for a while. So I just want to kind of break them up a little bit so that they'll kind of get down into the liquid. And you'll see this is going to come out really good. These potatoes are going to cook down, and this is just going to be a delicious soup. I know right now it just looks like hash browns, but it's going to come out really, really, really tasty. I've made this before a couple of times, and it comes out really good. All right, all we're going to do is add the lid to our crock pot, and we're going to cook it on low for 4 to 6 hours, and then I'll bring you back and show you the next step. Now, one of the goals that I set for myself in 2024 is to go through a lot of the food that I have in my freezers and in my pantry so that I'm ready for my next canning, freezing, and food prep, which always comes in the summer from my vegetable garden and my fruit trees. So my goal this year is to cut down my grocery bill by half and go through everything that I have in my freezers and my pantry. So these were things I had in both my freezer and my pantry, and we're gonna make a delicious dinner with that tonight. So in addition to the soup, I've decided to add about a half of a cup of cooked onion. And I just cooked this onion up in about a tablespoon of butter. It's all cooked. And I just cook it till it's translucent, and I'm going to add this to my soup. I'm just going to give that a quick stir and let that continue cooking about another hour. It's almost done. When it's finished cooking, I'm actually going to show you the next step. I use an immersion blender. Now you could actually eat this the way it is. You wouldn't have to, use an immersion blender if you don't, if that's okay for you, but this is how I do it. So my potato soup has about another half hour. So all I'm gonna do now is just use my immersion blender. And there you go. Potato soup. And the crock pot did all the work. I cheated by using hash browns, and I'm gonna go ahead and season it now. So I sampled the soup, and it really doesn't need hardly anything. It has such a good flavor. I am going to put a little bit of seasoned salt in it. Not very much because I don't really want any extra salt. I am going to put some cracked black pepper. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. Well, my soup is done and I'm going to go ahead and have my dinner. And I can tell you, not only was this really easy, potatoes are very nutritious, and it's going to be extremely delicious. And I'm going to have enough for another meal. As soon as I let it down, I can cool it and have it for another meal. So the only thing that I'm going to add to this is a little bit of shredded cheese. And this is just a little bit of sharp cheddar. There you go. Dinner is served. Yum. So this is going to be hot, but I'm going to take a small bite just so I can let you know how it tastes. That is unbelievably good. Kind of cold out today. It's a perfect dinner. Well, I am going to finish this off camera, but I did want to say thank you for joining me today. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.